Here we go, Medicine Hat. Let's hope that 2025 is the year that we bounce back and never look back.
Medicine Hat. Medicine Hat. Do 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 do. Medicine Hat. Do 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 do. Medicine Hat. Do 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 do.
My name is Jared Bosch. I live here in Medicine Hat. I moved here from Calgary. If I keep it short and simple, I'm a friend and a partner. I handle all of their social media. We're working on putting the entire store online. That's where people want it to be, as well as bringing them back downtown again, hopefully. Okay, so I've only been here in Medicine Hat since 2008. Myself moving from Calgary. Penny Profit, as far as I know, has been here 40 years, if not longer. And the guy running it right now, Sid, he's been here half of that time, if not more. I think he took over here roughly 2008 when I moved to Medicine Hat. But I didn't meet him right away. Now we're going on We're going on 15 years, and Sid's more than just a business partner or a friend. He's family. And I think this city knows that. I think Sid would give the shirt off his back to anybody that asked for it and needed it. And that's why I'm getting emotional, because I know him on that level. And I know how much he cares. And I know that he shows up every day except Sunday, because everybody needs one day. That's what I know about Penny Profit before I get any more emotional about it. We're gonna fire up a new campaign here going into 2025. Penny Profit Discount Store is already famous. Our slogan is, you'll find it here. The reason we say that is because, I mean, look around you. One of my favorite things when people walk in this store is saying, holy, look at how much stuff there is here. You can get lost in it. You'll find it here is awesome. I want to revamp a little bit. We're trying to get people to come downtown, again, as I said. So I want to say downtown, shop downtown, it's worth it. We have everything here that the big box stores have. We have everything here that the franchise stores have here. We have everything here that the loony stores have here, if you will. We've got great customers like this gentleman coming down here. And I need people to know, I want people to know, we have things that you're buying out and about, and usually at a better price. I'm dying to grab, there's a water pump, okay? It's Bluetooth, it's $15, $14.99. It will literally fit any water bottle that you have. So if you're going to our friends at Icy, who I love, and I think they sell water bottle dispensers as well, I don't know how much they are, and I love those people, but I want our locals to know we got these Bluetooth water dispensers that you can put on any bottle that you get, and away you go. It's little things like that. Behind me, we got more torches than anybody else. We got gift cards. Without getting lost in selling the store, if you've been here before, you need to come back and visit because there's stuff you haven't seen. And having said that, if you haven't been here before, you have no idea what you're missing out on. Downtown, it's worth it. You'll find it here. That's the whole pitch I'm gonna go with for 2025. There's a lot of things going on. He has been here over 20 years, and despite any negative issues we're facing, we're gonna rebound, we're gonna fire back, because that's what this guy does. That's why I love working with him. You know, he's like, Jared, I know what the people want. We've got our loyal customers. We're not going anywhere. You know, let's let our loyal customers know we got their backs with all the stuff that they're used to us having, and let's get all the stuff to bring all the new people in. There's no easy way to answer this. I think every business downtown right now feels like we're on life support. And the construction was, from a merchant point of view, was ill-timed, not well planned out. I don't want to complain. I want to find positives. We're grateful for the crews we had. We had some things happen and they took care of it. You know, the people that did the work, it got done, we're happy. I don't know about that red brick, to be honest with you, but we'll find out as we go. It killed traffic, end of story. So we're already facing a little bit of, hey, people don't necessarily want to come downtown. The road construction, I believe one business was in the paper. I don't want to not remember the person's name, but he was mentioning that the second the fence went up, that did it. Like even Midnight Madness was awesome that everything was down. Not quite, you know what I'm saying? And people got down here and we had huge traffic, which was awesome to see the road opened up. But I feel like it was honestly the start of the bigger issue that we're facing, and it's a good way to highlight it to the folks at City Hall, because who else do we turn to? Okay, this is probably the most complicated question you can ask right now. It's half the reason we're here. The first thing I want to say is it's a very complicated issue that has many different levels. I think one of the things we have to do is look past the surface. Not everybody who is downtown is homeless. Not everybody who's homeless is on drugs. There's all of these different misconceptions, and I think it's half the reason you prompted me to do this interview, which is awesome because yes, we're creating conversation. No matter what I say here, there's going to be people who disagree with me. There's going to be people who agree with us. There's going to be people who blame us, who find fault in our store and what we sell or how we contribute to the problem. We don't think we're contributing to the problem at all. But as I said, it's complicated and there's no 100% right or wrong answer. Now, having said that, just because there's no right or wrong answer doesn't mean we shouldn't be looking for one. At the end of the day, I think this is hugely complicated and it does rely on two different things. City Hall, and they're top, they're first. They have the power to rewrite the laws. They have the power to make our community safer. They have the power to do what they were elected to do. As I said, go past the surface here into the layers. Now, on the flip side, what can we do as citizens? Well, we gotta support local. And I know it sounds so cliche, and I know you got Amazon out there, and I know you got everything. Like I said, we're going online to appease some people. But at the end of the day, we want to see your shiny face down here in our stores. That's the whole point of this. And if you're trekking across the city to go across to the big box stores instead of stopping here downtown, it would help us, help our community on the grander scale if you made that stop and supported us when our doors are open. Believe it or not, it is the 50 cents or the $1 or $2 that adds up that keeps us opening the doors. And like I said, every product we have in here is comparable. Now I want to swing it back to City Hall because like I said, that's number one. I understand why consumers make their choices and hopefully this awareness opens up the eyes and ears a little bit. But City Hall, I don't know why we don't have surveillance cameras. I really don't. Privacy. I understand privacy 1,000,000%. But you know what? I'm on 50 different cameras right now. And when I walk outside, unfortunately, I'm not. And when I'm outside at 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe I shouldn't be. And if there were cameras here and I knew there were cameras here, it might deter me. And you know what? If it doesn't deter me for whatever reason, I'm about to break the law. Surveillance and a man watching that surveillance could have our Medicine Hat police force here sooner, and reduction, preventative maintenance. Those are all the positive words I have. I don't want to debate our privacy rights. I don't want to debate going further on that. That's one way we could dive past this first surface. We have people who loiter downtown. That's what I'm gonna say. Whether they're high, sober, on prescription drugs, drunk, a combination of all of the above, what they do is not up to us, plain and simple. If all of these things were in place, we can reduce a lot of the things that are happening here, and we can worry about what happens when they're in custody and where the law takes them on another day. Too many people tell me they don't want their children to come downtown because they are afraid they will have to explain what children see. Because that's what children do, they're children. I don't have children for half of these reasons. It's kind of a scary world and I don't know what I would say to them. Plus I don't want another little Jared that won't listen. And why I'm here talking with you about it and why, yeah, my message really is to City Hall, the councillors, the mayor, who I think they need to do more. They need to do more, and hopefully these videos will this awareness, the conversation is starting and they're listening. Have there been any updates on the culprit? Has he been arrested or caught? Medicine Hat is a very small place. Again, it's complicated. The easy answer is we probably know who it is. And if that person were to walk in the door, if they were brave enough to think they're not going to be recognized or they're not known, then we will have the only satisfaction of saying, leave. That's it. That's where this gets hugely complicated. If we know who it is, chances are the police already know who it is as well. Finding the person, apprehending the person, going through the legal red tape, for lack of any better words, is all different stories. The person escaped with $250 worth of goods, a computer that doesn't even work. I mean, I've saved that little information because it's the only satisfaction I get. Computer didn't work. I mean, it was sitting here because it didn't work. A handful of t-shirts and a brand new Wi-Fi Bluetooth stereo. I'm not devaluing what was taken. My point is, it was $200 and we got a $5,000 window repair. Even if the person gets caught, that's our biggest battle right now. We have to still care. And I know how a lot of people in the community do feel. Those are the two biggest things that we need to overcome. We need to figure out how to remove the people loitering daily if need be at this point. I think our community, the police and the counselors, I think they have a rough idea what's going on, and I don't think they know how to handle this situation with the current laws, which swings back to then you have the power to change them. And as voters, we have the power to put the right people in that office. We're going to try again this year, aren't we? There's a whole nother issue, right? So all we can hope that, like I said, we investigate these levels. We want to know who it is so we can keep them out of our store and stop them from doing it again. That's it. My head is just spinning with all of these things that are so relative to all of this. But that's what I'm trying to say. If we brought in some survey, we know somebody, they've pitched it to us. They want to patrol on camera the Medicine Hat downtown area from 8 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning. The difference between our cameras and a live person or a better camera system watching is when he first threw the rock at our window, a live person would have called the police. And maybe the police would have been able to catch the man inside the store. Again, what happens from that point on is beyond our control. Our doors are still open, plain and simple. Like I said, we don't know what other businesses are going to do. We know how we operate. We catch people red-handed and they still deny it or act like they don't care and just try to walk out. We can only do what we can do. So I'm getting a little way off on this one because, like I said, I'm drifting into all of these things. We do have ideas, we do have solutions, we do have plans. We're gonna keep going. I wanna use this opportunity to once again thank everybody. The good comments, the bad comments, the misunderstood comments, everything. At the end of the day, we're not here to victim shame. Don't believe in that in any way, shape, or form. We're not here to point the finger at anybody, but we're pointing the finger at an issue. We're pointing the finger that laws are being broken and it is causing greater issues. Things like business license and costs and things like that, that's a whole different ballgame. This is hands-on with our community. We know people out there know who it was, because that was your original question. Has the person been caught? Do we know who it is? We have enough people that are loyal, that live on the streets, and we know that, to be honest with you, to be quite frank. They know who it is. I think the person knows we know who it is. All we can do is thank our community, the ones that are helping us out, that know we've been here for 40 plus years, know what we sell, we're legal. There is actually one last thing I want to point out, and I don't want to get emotional about it because it's on, you're asking about this person. There's been, there's been a few comments here and there. And he wouldn't have given you a Bluetooth speaker. But if you needed a pack of smokes, or you were hungry, or you needed a lighter, he'd give it to you. He'd mark it down, or it's in here, but he'd give it to you. I think that's why this hurts a little bit. Has he been caught? No.
Binary tract infection.
The guy doesn't, this isn't a business to him. This is his heart and soul. I can tell you that. He shows up every day. He stalks the place. I mean, to imagine there's just one guy and a few people on the side helping him out, and what he does for the community. The original question here is, have we caught the guy? Has he been arrested? Any of that stuff, and you know what's happened because of it. The good news is we're talking about this. The good news is the customers that know how good Sid is and know what penny profit really stands for are going to double down, and they're going to keep coming here, and they're going to help us out. And because the conversation is happening now, I hope City Hall is really listening, and I hope the people, the citizens, are really listening, because you can do those little things to help us out. And come this year, maybe we can get some things changed so that we don't feel like we're struggling by ourselves as businesses down here. Like I said, we're gonna reinvent the wheel. We're gonna keep powering through this, and the loyal people are gonna stick with us and back us for all of the reasons I'm talking about. And I know the other businesses downtown are rallying around. We know who the guy is. We believe, as legally as I can say right now. They probably know we know, and the good news is hopefully they never come back. The rest of it, like you said, we're starting dialogues. We're going to tackle this issue as complicated as it is, and there's going to be some solutions figured out. There has to be. Ultimately, Sid does own this place. It's his heart and soul, and I know his plan right now. We are watching. We're here to collaborate with, obviously. We are prioritizing delivering what our customers want. And I say that for every bit of it. We want people to come here, but everything's going online. We are gonna make it so that if you can't get downtown, not because you don't wanna come downtown, but you just can't get downtown, you can go online and get it delivered. That's what people are looking to do. You can go online and reserve it to pick it up. You can do anything you want. Do I wanna band together with other businesses? Absolutely. I know it's happening. That's my point. We are waiting to see who's coming out to fight so that we can put all of our energies in the right directions. We're not victim shaming. We're not pointing the finger. I'm gonna go out on a limb. My own personal opinion on this, as the person who does our social media, is building the website and is talking to our community. I believe the answer is City Hall and new laws on security and the cameras I've just talked about. I want to help other businesses promote. We're going to stay away from the drama and the politics that we've kind of created on the penny profit page. We don't regret it because we wouldn't be here without it. However, the fight isn't ours alone. I don't even like the word fight. That's what I'm trying to say here. Everybody involved wants a positive outcome. At the end of the day, the problems we're having are with human beings. Another video I did saying goodbye to Uncle Rob. He's a human being. I don't know what his problems were when he stepped out the door. I don't care. If he was breaking laws out there, that's actually what I'm talking about. This is where we have to figure out. The only problem we have here is laws are broken. Doesn't matter whether the person's homeless or not homeless. All of these different stereotypes and myths have been brought together, and it's time to dispel them, is my point. So we're not going to be able to do it as just the customers. We're not going to be able to do it as just the business owners. We're not going to be able to do it without our community leaders and our elected officials. All these levels are going to have to come together. So any business that would like to work with us, advertise your business on our page, get a hold of me, send us a message, anything positive to promote your business and get people in your doors, we're in favor of. We are waiting to see game plans on how to tackle where it gets political. I don't know how else to say that, because we don't want to waste anybody's time. We're not pointing fingers, so to speak, and I'm just repeating myself. I'm going full circle. City Hall is very black and white, and if we're going that way, which we are, we're hoping the councillors are listening. We're going to see where this goes, because it's only January. It's the very beginning of 2025. But I'll leave by saying this. It's going to be a year of positive change. I believe we're ready. I believe we're fed up and we're frustrated enough that we need positive change to happen. And going back to, we know, when you get right down to it, we're all human beings. We all have a story. We'll figure it out for what's best for our community. We're a dying breed, and we're vital at the same time. That's what I think. I think this goes back to what I mentioned about, I don't think people understand the profit margins we deal with. We make a comfortable living. It's our choice. That's what we want to do. We want to show up here. We want to stock this stuff, offer it to our customers at a price that we make a living, make a little profit, and on with the show. We would rather sell a whole bunch at a great price than stack our prices up. You want our business model? That's it. Anybody wants to compete with us? That's it. We sell legal products. We sell products that are wanted, and that's our responsibility to the community. And when we leave, do you know what the man says to me when I first met him? He says, Jared, my prices are low so that... He says, my prices are low, Jared, so someone's broke, they can have their cigarettes and maybe they can have a cup of coffee too. I asked a question on social media myself personally. I said, do you shop local or do you use Amazon? And the answer was quite astounding to me, because we got both answers. We got people who are their point blank, I shop on Amazon, and the reason I shop on Amazon is because locally, maybe the store's website's out of date. It tells me one thing, I get there, it's not there. I don't get what I want. Amazon, 3 days at my door. I get convenience, because I'm guilty of it myself, but we are killing the mom and pop store. We are killing the family run business. And we're opting to do it sometimes to save 50 cents or $1. Not to mention the expense of the gas and your time and everything else. So again, you could go cross town to the mall. I promise you can find half that stuff in here. I promise you that. Back to, you'll find it here. I'm gonna try to give local business here, the mom and pop stores, every benefit of the doubt, because they're open. They're trying. I was at a restaurant the other day. Pastabilities. I always thought it was like a kitchen store. No, it was a little restaurant, and it's a husband and wife in there, and they're getting ready to retire, and they're trying to sell it. They're doing everything they can do to compete with fast food that'll sell you a meal for $5-6. So you go in there and they got their pasta that's homemade, fresh made pasta and sauce. Dude was in the army, open kitchen, clean as all. I mean, you know what I mean? But they're fighting. Because people come in, and while we were in there, people ordered 4 specials with 4 waters. Everybody is broke. So before I get totally way off, support your local community, spend the extra $1 or $2, make the effort to visit the stores that you haven't been to, just for the sake of being there and maybe finding out there's something good happening. I'm telling you, you'd be amazed if you do walk in here, if you've been here before. You walk down these aisles, I dare you. I dare you to show us comparable stuff out there that's not comparably priced. And that's my point. The businesses, I think, are doing all they can here, sir. I can't keep rambling on about this. I honestly believe it's time for City Hall to step up, which means our customers and anybody watching, whether they agree with me or not, if you want to see any of this stuff changing, we got to hold our elected officials accountable. We got to get through this year, get to this election, and keep the conversation wide open. Yeah, I like that you asked me what my hopes are. Because I didn't think we'd ever be here, so to speak. Medicine Hat is a beautiful city. I love living here. My hopes, and this is all we got, folks. We can hope. We have to have hope. That's why I love the fact that you use the word hope. I don't want to sit here and ramble for 10 years or 20 minutes or even. I want to keep this one short and simple. We can hope that we find the solutions that handle common sense, handle the realities of money, and they fuse together with the compassion we need to deal with the human aspects of this. There's no black and white 100% answer that is going to solve it all, and that's why I talk, because I want to find that answer. I believe it's there. I believe there's a compromise. And I don't want, same way as we're waiting to see what other businesses do, we got plans here at Penny Profit, and we're going. I'm not just talking, I'm not gonna say them, because we're just gonna do them. And we can hope that we are able to communicate and keep the conversation open enough that we do solve some of these problems. And it hits me on a personal level because I care that much. I know the problems are in front of us. Just have to meet in the middle and find the compromise. I do want to say thank you very much for sending the message and approaching me and wanting to take the time to come down here. The little things in life can add up to big things. And I think we're dealing with a whole bunch of little things. Some of them are very positive and some of them are very negative. Indecision itself is a choice. If we keep talking about the little things that are good, they're going to turn into big things. If we keep talking about the little things that are negative, we can stop them from becoming bigger negative things. See, here I am again. I'm trying to resolve all of it. All I know is we got to get away from just what we say on a keyboard and send into the internet and show up a little bit more in person and create the energy and take our stand. That's when things are gonna come together. I'm grateful that Sid treats me like family, as he does all his customers, and I'm grateful I know the man, and yeah, I'm a widower. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm a widower. And I've lost sight of a few things here and there. This has been one of the hardest years of my life. And I know it's been hard for everybody out there, and that's what I'm trying to say. This man is my family, and he has kept me guided. And seeing his resilience and seeing what he takes that can be negative from our community, and no matter what, he smiles and he keeps going. That's what I'm grateful for being a part of. And like I just said, we can hope that all of this stuff works out in everybody's favor. So again, thank you. Thank you, Sid, and thank you, Penny Profits, and thank everybody watching. Louis Anderson said in a quote one day, he says, if I moved you, I've done my job. Even if I moved you to change the channel. That's probably good because I didn't hit record.
Medicine hat, do 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 do. Medicine hat, medicine hat, medicine hat, do 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 do. Medicine hat, do 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 do. Medicine hat, do 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 do. Medicine hat, medicine hat.